I'm going to play here on the left side of the screen what you described, what you say happened there. And on the right side of the screen, I'm going to show the video of the mayor going into the facility, passing through the gates.
All right, folks. So this is incredible. This person on the right here, she is a spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security. Her name is Trisha McLaughlin. She's an aide of Kristi Noem, who is now colloquially known on the internet as ICE Barbie. And she just got caught and exposed live on CNN directly to her face for lying about the arrest of the Newark mayor, which we covered extensively in a previous video. And I'll share that in a second, but not only is it a perfect microcosm for how even when presented with direct video evidence of the facts and of reality, MAGA will not accept it at all, and just how far gone they are. But on top of that, it wasn't even the first time that the anchor here told her and exposed her to her face about her lies. We'll get to that humiliating side-by-side comparison in a second, but I want to start here with a clip right before that where she was lying about the South Afrikaners that were welcomed as refugees by the Trump regime. And she literally tells this man to his face that he is whitewashing the facts. You have to listen to this. And before we dive in, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you appreciate seeing maggots called out. We appreciate all of your support for the Really American Resistance already, but calling out and exposing these things, especially on the internet, is the best way to use our voices and collectively fight back against the injustices that are happening on a day-to-day basis.
Can we just start this conversation by agreeing that Afrikaners are not facing genocide?
Absolutely not.
I'm talking under the refugee resettlement program, which the president froze by executive order early in his administration.
Victor, can we take a pause and
Sure.
recognize the fact that you are defending race-based discrimination? You are defending race-based violence.
I'm not defending race-based discrimination in any way. The president uses the term genocide. There is no genocide in South Africa, and frankly, it does a disservice to people in countries around the world who are facing genocide in the Congo, in Sudan, those who faced it in Rwanda and Bosnia and Cambodia. So when the president says that there's genocide in South Africa, it does not exist. We should probably just start with that truth.
Okay, if you're going to allow me on your program, I'd like to speak.
You're welcome to.
we have granted asylum to 8,666 individuals since January 20th, regardless of color or creed. It is quite frankly disturbing to me that members of the media, including people who are on this very network, are trying to whitewash the facts and whitewash the fact that these individuals have faced discrimination, racial violence, the seizure of their land based on nothing.
Now, I played that clip first not only to expose the utter cognitive dissonance of her saying that the anchor was whitewashing, or CNN was whitewashing, welcoming white South Afrikaners into the nation as refugees when there is no recognized genocide against them, completely dismissing, as MAGA always does, the previous actual genocide against Black South Africans during apartheid. But also to set up this clip where she is directly presented with evidence of her own lying to her face via what we talked about previously, the arrest of the Newark mayor, and just watch what she said, what actually happened, and then how she responds.
What happened is that these members of Congress, including the mayor as well, and a mob of protesters, as there was a bus full of detainees going through the gate, they stormed the gate and actually entered the first security checkpoint.
And so the video that the mayor posted on his social media also showed him, let's play that now. This is the mayor walking through the gate after being welcomed. Play the video that's in preview. This is the mayor, how he actually got into the facility, right? There's no bus. There's no mob of people storming in. The members of Congress in this are not even with him. So how do you reconcile what you say happened and what the video showed of how the mayor got onto that facility's property?
Victor, it must have been a mistake by your team, because last week, as soon as I was after this show, I sent your team the video where these individuals, these members of Congress and the mayor, were storming that facility. So Trisha, I'm sure you guys have that other video.
We do have that video. That's the next question. Share it. That's the next question. But re-rack that video. Re-rack the video I just showed of the mayor being welcomed in by this security person, right? This is how the mayor got onto the facility's property. You said they stormed in next to a bus.
They did storm it, and you're
How
not showing
did that
the video,
happen?
Victor. You are not showing the video. I'd love for you to show the video as well, where a sitting Congresswoman, LaMonica McIver, was body slamming, body ramming, striking with her fist, pushing, shoving, whatever you want to call it, assaulting ICE officers. Exactly. American people should know who's in that facility that they are so desperately trying to get out. Members of MS-13. Known terrorists, child rapists, murderers. These are the worst of the worst, Victor, and the fact that these sitting members of Congress and this mayor continue to defend these actions is wrong.
Sure. We're now playing the video that you posted after our interview. This is the video you posted. You claimed that Congresswoman LaMonica McIver body slammed someone. That was your term, not a term I introduced.
Yes.
I looked up body slam because I thought I knew what it meant when you sent videos that you claimed show a body slam. Oxford, Cambridge, those dictionaries say that it's a wrestling move where someone is lifted off the ground and slammed onto the ground. I don't see that in this video.
Victor,
so how do you...
Victor, body slammed, body rammed, punch, shoved, push, whatever you want to call it. If you all want
Not
to
what I
whitewash
want to call it.
look
What do
at
you
that
want to
right
call
there.
it?
Viewers should watch for themselves if that's fitting for a sitting member of Congress to be assaulting ICE officers.
I feel like I shouldn't even have to say this, but I kind of have to say this. But coming from the stand your ground people, the violent insurrection people, the people who stormed the Capitol, coming from the people who want to tone down the rhetoric and still support the Proud Boys and, frankly, domestic terrorism, violence against Nancy Pelosi, I could go on for days. First and foremost, I guess I just have to say, shut the fuck up. And then secondly, you have no ground to stand on. This detention facility, as we exposed in the previous video we made about this whole situation, the reason these protests were happening was because this detention facility has refused to allow safety officials in to inspect the federal facility that is now being run by a private for-profit prison group, regardless of who is in there, which is already, a problem because of who we're deporting and the lack of due process that we're giving these people. That detention facility is not up to code. It doesn't meet fire safety standards. There are plenty of concerns about it that are not being allowed to be addressed. So for you to pull this whataboutism and make it about, there was a kerfuffle at best outside that was showed, people were getting a little pushy, people were getting a little shovey. Who is that really on? Right? The ICE agents, the security guards? I don't know that we need to point the finger about people being passionate and, having a little bit of jostling. Nobody came in and threatened to kill Nancy Pelosi. Nobody came in and broke the windows of the Capitol and stormed it with weapons. These were all peaceful protesters. And the antagonism from the other side is what led things to go from peaceful to, I wouldn't even call it violent. I would say mild unrest. I want to know what you guys think down in those comments below. I really hope aliens are real because I just want them to come. I don't care if they put a probe in my asshole. I just want them to take me away, Anyway, shit. I'm Kenny Hesse for Really American. I would love to know your thoughts in those comments. Please drop a like, subscribe to help support our Really American resistance here. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.